Moses joining me on the desk of the Lloydminster Bobcats, putting to bed their 2013-14 season on Saturday with the locker room cleanup.
Yeah, it was a little tough for the guys too, of course. A little bittersweet perhaps. You know, you're just one win shy of making it to the AJHL North Final. But there's some good news. The future looking pretty bright going into the 2014-15 campaign.
We had 17 kids that could return here, and having the opportunity to play in the playoffs and extend it and play in series that are that tight and important, I think it's a great development opportunity for everybody.
Bobcats are losing their top 4 point getters, but they are confident the young crop of players they have will be filling that gap and it won't be as difficult as it was a year ago.
We have interest. We're in a better position than we were last year coming in. We don't have to make the moves that we had to make last year to create opportunity for younger players. So I think that part of it will go a lot smoother, but we got our work cut out to fill those holes of those 4 guys that are leaving.
All right, to the Alberta Major Bantam Hockey League, they announced their yearly award winners. And after putting together one of the best seasons in league history, it's no surprise that the Universal Heat were well represented. Zane Franklin scored a league-high 47 goals in just 27 games and was named the AMBHL's MVP and Outstanding Forward. Now, Austin Pryor is the top goaltender after leading all masked men in goals against average and save percentage, not to mention shutouts. Now, born in 2000, Ty Smith was the highest-scoring D-man en route to being the Rookie of the Year, while Travis Clayton takes home the Coach of the Year. Lloydminster only lost once in 32 games during the regular season, and he can still add another trophy to their collection when they head to Kelowna this week for the 2014 Western Canadian Bantam AAA Championships. Now, moving on to Kale Clague, he didn't win an AMHL title with the Baker Hughes Bobcats, but you know what? It turns out he'll still be chasing a championship this spring. Now, the Brendan Wheat Kings have recalled the 15-year-old for the rest of the WHL playoffs. Now, it won't be Clague's first stint with the club. He played a pair of games at the beginning of the season and was recalled again back in December. The 5'11", 181-pound Lloydminster product was picked 6th overall by the Wheat Kings in last summer's WHL Bantam draft and led all defensemen with 13 points in 12 games during that recent Midget AAA postseason. Now, Clague arrived in Brandon last night and will join the Wheaties when they take on the Oil Kings this Thursday night in Edmonton. That is your first look at sports. Gerard is up next with weather. It mixes elements of downhill skiing, track and field hockey, and is sponsored by an energy drink. Red Bull Crashed Ice has thrilled extreme sport fans across the world for over a decade. And this year, one local hockey player decided to give it a shot. Kyle Gallagher has more.
It's the fastest sport on 2 skates.
Completely new experience. It's nothing like skating in a hockey rink, that's for sure.
Since 2001, Red Bull Crashed Ice has been grabbing the attention of extreme sports enthusiasts, and it's spawned a whole generation of fans like Brody Pollard.
Interesting to me being a hockey player and the fast pace of it, and I'm also a track athlete as well, so just the fact to be able to race again was kind of what attracted me to the sport.
The Bandits forward was in Quebec City last weekend making his Crashed Ice debut. The 20-year-old qualified out of Leduc to earn himself a 5-day trip to the Quebec capital, which included free flights and accommodations.
It was just a thrill. It's an adrenaline rush right from the gate. I mean, the minute you look down and then see the drop in, and it's you know, your heart starts racing.
Pollard finished in 149th place and didn't qualify for the elimination round, but he says he's already raring to go for next year.
It looks a lot easier on TV than it actually is when you get going to do it. So I wasn't prepared enough as I should have been for it, but then again I didn't know. So next year I definitely know how to prepare a bit better.
Now, it's opening week in Major League Baseball, but here at home, the newest baseball team to hit the border city officially began spring training. The Northwest Prairie Pirates are holding camp at the Service Sports Center this week due to the weather, but that hasn't dampened the spirits. The Prairie Bucks are taking advantage of any chance they could get into the swing of things.
First actual practice with all the guys coming in. I think we're short about 7 or 8 still. We have some finishing up hockey, some away at volleyball, and all the other things that kids do at this age. So the last week or so, having guys come in, do bullpen, do hitting, starting to get a feel for where we're at right now is an exciting time.
The Prairie Pirates' first game action will be on April 12th and 13th in Medicine Hat for a pair of exhibition games.